Hello. This this one will be really short. I just want to talk to Mr. Bates, and that will be it. Okay, we cleared that band on fabric, and I think definitely can visit Mr. Bates and ask him some questions. I have removed the saboteurs that have been bothering you. Thank the gods. I thought we would never be rid of them. Please go inside. Mr. Bates will be anxious to thank you. Sure he will be. And here we are. Metal door. Good day to you, citizen. Good day to you. And also, tell me what you got in your pockets. Looks so busy. Why you, mister? Good day to you, citizen. We have nothing to do here. Oh, there is another floor. I'll go talk to everyone who is willing to say something, except from yes, what it is. Who are those random people? Hey, you. Manservant. All of them are. Yep. Okay. And here's something that nobody needs because it's unlocked. Probably useless. Huh? I guess it costs nothing. I won't even bother. But maybe for some quest, or to trigger some quest, we need to put it on. No, I won't even touch this place just yet. Don't want to get carried away. As I mentioned, this one will be a really short one. I just want to talk to Mr. Bates and be off here. Okay, here's the Bates. Here's the guy who we are eager to talk to. Everything's locked. And here's his bedroom. This one is also, of course, locked. Nothing is unlocked, and which means it's good for us. We won't waste time. We just go straight to this Mr. Bates and talk. I predict very long dialogue with this guy.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gilbert Bates, as I'm sure you have surmised. I'd like to extend my thanks to you, sir, for putting an end to the difficulties at my factory. I've been informed that there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Sure there is. Quite so, I'd like to ask you about this ring. What can you tell me of the recent attempt on your life? It is true, but it will have to wait.
There's not much, really, as Chucker is given to overzealousness in his protection of my person. He rendered the interloper lifeless before I could question him. All he had on his person was an amulet bearing the symbol of the Molochian hand, the eye in the hexagram.
It's getting interesting. What kind of hexagram?
They were a religious order of assassins some 500 years ago. Rumors of their continued existence surface periodically, but are usually proven to be hoaxes. I figure this for a new group trying to adopt some of the prestige of the name.
They seem to be after me as well. Should I say it? I think here is the guy who actually can know a bit more details. Well, I'd like to ask you about this ring. No, first this.
Let us hope for both our sakes that they are mere pretenders to the name, then. I would be loath to have the authentic Molochians out for my blood.
Well, I'd like to ask you about this
Great gods!
ring.
How did you come by that ring?
A strange-looking gnome gave it to me as he lay dying.
Strange? Whatever do you mean, pray tell?
Gnomes have those beady eyes, but his was strong, dwarf-like.
Are you sure it wasn't a dwarf, then?
No beard. We would soon slit our throats than cut our beards.
Yes, I am familiar with the dwarves and their customs. Tell me, was there anything distinctive about this fellow?
Had a scar over his left eye.
By Alberic, I knew it in my heart. That was no gnome. It was Stena Rockcutter.
A dwarf? Clean shave? Impossible. Oh, this would be more useful to ask.
Stena was an old friend of mine. But for him to cut off his beard, by the gods, it's unthinkable. But please tell me, did he say anything to you before he died? Did he say anything about me?
He said he had escaped to warn us about the evil.
Evil? What evil? And where did he escape from?
He didn't say. I was hoping you would know what it meant.
Something horrible must have happened after I... Did he say anything else?
He referred to you as a boy. Why would he do that?
I do not know. Even though dwarves reckon time differently than humans, he must have realized that I am now an old man. Perhaps it is because I was but a boy when I betrayed his trust all those years ago.
How did you come to betray him?
That is quite the long tale. A tale of my shame, it is.
I'm listening.
It is ironic that my greatest mistake is that which brought me such wealth. As a youth, I was enamored of all things dwarven, so I sought out the nearest clan and attempted to impress them with my grasp of their technology. They laughed.
Continue.
It was obviously a novelty to them, a ridiculous human who had a natural bent towards technology. I suppose it didn't help that I was a mere 14 years old at the time. I became something they humored to entertain themselves.
Continue.
Stenar was the only one who truly called me friend in all those years, and betrayal is how I repaid his friendship. It was he who first showed me their steam engine, as he knew I could appreciate the beautiful intricacies of its design.
So he did steal the idea from dwarves.
They had left it to rust in a corner, as they had very little use for a device that would reduce the need for sheer physical power. Imagine a dwarf relying on a device to do his digging for him. It's preposterous. I asked him if I could tinker with it, perhaps improve on it, as I knew this was the key to becoming truly a part of the dwarven world. I quickly devised a way to use it to power a pump for draining the mines. When I fell all over myself trying to explain it to them, laughter was once again their only response. I knew I had to somehow gain their respect, so I hastily sketched some schematics and set out to prove my theory. The struggling human mining company that I brought the plans to offered me a share in their mines for the steam pump. I was ecstatic. I had not a care for their mines or their money. I desired vindication. When I returned to the dwarves to boast of my accomplishments and be welcomed into their clan, they were gone. The inventions came quickly after that, fueled by my anger and confusion. How could they have denied me my place amongst them after all my labors? Somehow I felt I could still prove myself to them. I continued searching for them in all my spare moments, but to no avail. But then they came, the robed ones. They appeared to me late one night, and they warned me to never speak of, nor try to find the dwarves again. Still being a mere lad, you can imagine the terror that put into me. As my wealth and power grew, I shook off some of my youthful fear and hired the first in a long chain of investigators to locate Stenar and his clan. None of them ever returned with any worthwhile information, and some never returned at all. The ones that did told of vicious traps and creatures attacking them from the shadows. As word of these failures spread, it became more and more difficult to find souls brave enough to take on the challenge.
But why did he send me here with your ring?
He knew that ring would lend veracity to your tale. I gave Stenar that ring the last time I saw him. Now he is dead. If only we knew what he meant by the evil.
If only we knew. The Panari think the evil refers to someone named Aranax.
I don't put much stock in religious ramblings. I'm more concerned with who killed Stenar and why, and what all this has to do with my relationship with the Black Mountain clan.
So what is to be done now?
There must be some clue left in the Black Mountain mines. I am certain of this. You seem to be a resourceful individual. Would you be interested in searching the mines for some clue as to their whereabouts? I would make it worth your while, I can assure you.
I'd like to ask you some further questions before I commit myself.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
You didn't actually invent the steam engine.
I have never actually claimed that I did. It was just people's assumption. I have invented any number of devices based off its principles, but I did not invent the first one.
Is that not dishonest? Taking credit for something you didn't do?
Yes, it is, and it torments me every day. I was but a child when the robed ones gave me their dire warnings, and I was terrified. They were explicit that I was not to reveal the origins of the steam engine.
He has his excuses. May I indulge upon you to answer more questions?
Of course. What do you wish to ask of
Oh,
me?
why the need to impress the dwarfs after they reject you?
You don't understand. I was orphaned at a young age. The dwarves represented everything I wanted my family to be. A tight-knit clan, and the respect I had for their brilliance with technology. I made the mistake common to youth. I thought intelligence equaled compassion. I needed to belong, to find that I had some worth.
You were orphaned. What happened?
My mother died, bringing me into this world. I believe my father died then as well, even though he continued to exist in the world for some 8 more years. When he could stand living no longer, he took his own life.
But abandon you like that?
He left me decently provided for, and with his grasp on reality becoming more tenuous each day, I believe he felt I would be safer in the care of others. The last thing he did in this life was to give me that ring.
And then you gave it to Stanner. It's quite sad. I decided to explore.
That is how much his friendship meant to me. I was devastated when he disappeared with the rest of the clan. I believe I felt more deserted and alone then than I did when my father killed himself.
If I may, I have a few more questions.
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
Can you tell me of the recent attempt on your life?
There's not much, really. As Chukka is given to... They were a Let us hope for both our sakes that they are mere pretenders to the name, then. I would be loath to have the authentic Malokians out for my blood. I do not know, but I am beginning to believe they are behind Stenna's death. This all seems to be pointing to my involvement with the Black Mountain clan, doesn't it? That is why I feel it is imperative to find out their fate. Our lives seem to be dependent on it, in fact.
Will you allow me a few more questions?
Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
Can you tell me about your business?
Well, as you know, I am the foremost manufacturer of steam engines in Arcanum, virtually without competition. I am working on a prototype for a smaller, more efficient engine right now, as a matter of fact. I also have various interests in other technological endeavors.
Do you have any difficulties in your factories?
Why do you ask? You're not a labor sympathizer, are you? A unionizer, perhaps? I can assure you, my workers are happy to have the jobs I give them. I treat all orcs, true blood, and half-breed alike better than any other factory owner. Of that I can assure you.
I'm sure you believe that, you're racist and oppressor.
How dare you! I will not have labor agitators insult me in my own home.
Can take your pomposity no longer. Death to the bourgeoisie.
I suppose I can forgive your rudeness this once. Of course. What do you wish to ask of me? Well, as you know, I am the foremost manufacturer of steam engines in Arc. It is not much of an accomplishment when old Cedric Appleby is your chief competitor. Poor Cedric. Always was a bit of a blundering fool. I really wish I could have convinced him to come work for me. Cedric and I were close friends when we were children. He was furious that I wouldn't introduce him to the dwarves. Can you imagine? I had a difficult enough time gaining their respect without his simple-mindedness. After I invented the steam engine, he began to despise me. Strangely enough, I wish he was still my friend some days. Of course. What do you wish to ask of me? Splendid! Here, let me mark your map with the location of the Black Mountain mines. I am certain there must be some clues to be found there. Please, return as soon as you have found anything.
I shall return with the information you have requested.
Oh, one more thing. I would like to purchase my ring back from you. I'd give you 200 coins. It would mean quite a bit to me. My father gave it to me before he died.
That's not enough.
You'll have to excuse an old man whose hearing is drifting away. I know that I could not have heard you refusing my generous offer.
Do not trifle me, old man. Your offer was insulting.
You dare? I've had men beaten within inches of their lives for less than that. Give me the ring now. You get nothing.
You get something. My foot planted in your nether regions.
Chaka, attack!
I've been seriously hurt, sir.
Of course it was a joke.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gilbert Bates, as I'm sure you have surmised. They were a religious great strength. Are you yeah, I, Alberic. I knew it. Yes, the evil something. I do not that it is ironic. None of there must be some clue left in the Black Mountain mines. Of course. Yes, of course. You don't understand. He left me decently provided. That is how much his friendship meant to me. Of course. There's not much. They were. Let us hope for. I do not. Of course. What do you wish to ask? Well, as you know, I am the foremost Of course. What do you wish to ask of me? Splendid. Here, let me mark your map with the location of the Black Mountain. Oh, what? Much obliged. I will speak with you when you return.
And that's it. That's it for today. So, probably not really. Yeah, first I'll just go outside to be sure that we start with something actionable, or we'll just start traveling to Black Mountains. At which point are we going to be in Darnholm? How do we find out that this city even exists? You know what? First, I think I'll drop to... Okay, not here. But... I'll ask Gershwin if he heard any news about those skulls. Because it's the only quest that we probably can do here. But we can't for some reason, because we don't have any clue what we should do next to solve this. Okay, there you go. Good to see you, Benjamin. I'm just... Oh, this is interesting. You know what? I will spend more time just because of we found some ideas. What where can we probably can find these skulls? It's good. I need to speak with you about the skulls. Yes. What about them? Have you found them? No, but I have learned something about them. What? What is it? They are part of a huge conspiracy and they are dangerous. He waves you off. Tut. I will hear no one. Hey, what did he say? I should read 20, 20, 24, 45. Ta-ta, you say. We'll hear none of that. I'm a man of politics. I care enough for such things. Okay, he doesn't care. We know that this guy also curious about skulls. Fat and tall, bookish man. Well, goodbye. Okay, and it looks like this guy also. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Oh, what about this? I forgot. What does he do? Who are you? Professor Bankston. What did you hear? It's a question about the pagan religion. Exactly the diagram. Okay. Off we go. To the realms of Arcanum. Anything new in our... Oh, a lot. A lot. Gilbert Bates has had an attempt made on his life by assassins wearing a sign of the Malachian hand, the eye in the hexagram. The Malachian hand was an order of assassins 500 years ago, and they are thought to have long since disappeared. Bates was not certain whether he would be assassin, whether the would-be assassin was a true servant of the Malachian hand or not. Preston Radcliffe was not known, but a dwarf named Stanner Rockcutter. For some unknown reason, he did the unthinkable. He cut off his beard simply to pass as a gnome. He must have starved himself as well to make himself appear more gnomish. Gilbert Bates, the industrialist, seems to feel some need to unburden his conscience by telling me his deepest secret. He developed his first steam engine from Black Mountain Clan dwarven prototype, which he improved upon. He did not invent it as everyone had assumed. He feels this youthful indiscretion of his led to the disappearance of the Black Mountain Clan somehow, and is anxious to find out what really happened to them. He was warned by mysterious robed figures in the night to never speak of his association with the Black Mountains, or the fact that he used the engine to develop his own. Seemed to feel some need to unburden his conscience. Yeah, for some reason, this guy just told us really the biggest secret he kept. For some reason, he wanted to trust us to allow this to know this information. Search the mines in the Black Mountains clan for clues to their whereabouts and report back to Bates. Now I work for Bates. But no information about Denholm. How will I end up being there? Don't remember. Will there be some quest or what? I want to drop to some place, the Gentleman Club, and to see. Oh, by the way, first I'll ask this guy. So the only quest left to do here in Taran is about the skulls quest, and I have no clue what to do next. So he wants me to find the skulls, this guy. I'm leaving now, but he doesn't tell where exactly I can find them. Nobody wants to talk to me, but it's so... I think time has not yet come for this quest to be completed. Alright, time to go outside of Tarant. I'll use the map to get out of here quickly. I know if I should bother trying to mess with these guys across the bridge. Those are tough guys. I'll give it a try before leaving Taran. But I don't think I'm ready yet. I remember one side is harder than the other. But probably left side is tougher. Oh, and you see, guards are walking here around. Human guard. So, can you tell us about this area? Human bandit. I would not enter the boil if I were you, sir. Why not? There's the boil in there. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I would not expect someone of your inexperience to last more than a few moments in there. I see, I will take my chances, thank you very much. Ooh. Yeah, they even kill Sog just within a second, so... Oh. No, nobody's right, so too early. Yeah, I was right. What about this place? Hello, so empty. I'll go. What about this place? Hello. Here's some kind of furniture there, but still too boring. Now, couple buildings here. I'm sure there is also nothing to do here. Some trash. Oh, I don't have much of those. So might be useful to keep it in our pockets. Let's go. Nothing is well. Oh, new plant, new flowers. Hey, okay. Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, one more. And now it's time. One more plant. Anyone outside of the rand, just nearby? Oh, no, it's just empty area. Maybe a couple of wolves. Yeah. This is how we are going to the Black Mountain mines. At least I'll attempt to go there. If we encounter... Stop, dwarf, Toad. If you won't leave, you give us coin. 200. And if you won't pay, I won't pay. I prefer to watch your life bleed from your ugly corpse.
Friend, I've been wounded terribly. Quickly, I need healing.
I'll give it another shot. I'll be surprised if... Oh. If I wouldn't meet anyone on my way there. No. Bigger one. And we are successfully arrived to the mountains, Black Mountains. Woohoo! Nice. Oh, I want to talk to
What is it
Virgil.
that you want of me? What can I answer for you?
What should we be doing now?
Looks like we need to travel to the Black Mountain clan and try to find out what's going on here. Maybe we can find out where Stenner Rock Cutter escaped from and find out why everyone seems to want us dead.
Perhaps you will allow me if no, it's okay. And
How
you...
can I help you? What do you need to know?
Okay, nobody has anything else to say, and I'm happy to announce that finally we're on the new location and ready to act, ready to do more fun, but not today. That's gonna happen tomorrow, so please come and watch. And for now, thanks so much for coming, who came and watched today, and I'll see you next time.